Hello and welcome back to Productive Dragons channel. My name is April and today I've got a special video. This video is something I talked about in my updates video, which I will link below, and it is about the Evolve Artist. Now, I have talked about how I was blessed, and I will give a little bit more detail. Evolve Artist is a program where you learn artistic ways. The foundation is the first thing that is in there. They teach you step-by-step instructions through this program where you understand how to build paint that gives you unshakable confidence every time you sit down to work. The paint is going to be oil. Scary. I'm freaked. But I have seen these things constantly and I was like really interested, but I've never had the money to do it. Well, Evolve Artist had a thing going on where you put in homework assignments, and this was just a free thing. It was just giving you ideas of lights and shadows, moderate shadow, extreme shadow, light, extreme light, moderate light, and making you look at pictures. And you had to put these homework assignments in, but every day someone would win a prize. So I just happened to be on Facebook one day, and normally I miss every one of the lives. So when I lucked out and we happened to go into that one, it was the grand prize, day 5. And my name was picked. I was freaking out. I was sad because they said it was $1,000 gift certificate to Italian store. And I'm just like, I'd rather have the class. And so I was approached by Mitch, one of the founders. Kevin was the original, and Piper and Mitch is the other two that are founders. And he contacted me and said, would you like the class? And I'm like, yeah, if I had the money, I'd do the class. And he was like, okay, well, we're going to be doing an intro and Piper's going to do it in about 7 minutes. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm in the class. I'm thrilled. So what they do is they send you a box for, as I said, they have on their site, they have a 7 block. I've heard 8, but they've had 7. The first block is what I'm in, and it's the only thing I'm being in for, which is the foundation, which has been exciting to me, but at the same time, scary as hell. And so what they do is they send you the materials, and I'm about to open the materials as we speak. So here's the box. This is going to be blocks 1 and 2. Like I said, the foundation has 4 blocks. So the first box, excuse me, is this. So what I'm going to do is slowly pull out certain things. And explain each item, or to the point of what the items are and what block they're for. So as you see, I'm just pulling out stuff still. It's just constant info. Whoa, I gotta be careful with that. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Some more transfer paper, and as you see, there is a lot in just this one box. There we go. All right. So we will start from, this is our transfer paper, which we'll be using in block 1. We have to make sure that we put it in the right spots. My understanding is that this could be through a few other blocks, but this right now is only going to be used for block 1. Because in block 2 we do something totally different. So there's the transfer paper. Here are our canvas pads by Frederick. They're a 9x12, 10 sheets. And they're brand new. This is our gray tone disposable palette, paper palettes by Soho. These we're going to be using in all blocks. So this is one of these things that is going to be in all blocks. The canvas was only going to be in blocks 1 and 2. We have these brushes that are going to be used in both 1 and 2 blocks. They are by Old Holland. And wow, okay. Some of mine came off. It looks like my two 12 filberts. So you have two 12s right there. Let's see here. I believe there are 6. Am I right? No, 5. Excuse me. 5 number 6s. And then, oops. Straight up. And 2 number 2 filberts. So as you see, I'm keeping them with this, but this is what a filbert looks like. And we'll be using these in blocks 1 and 2. Great. We have a palette knife that's going to be used in all blocks. The palette knife is just to mix the paint. So there you go, one palette knife. I'm going to show you 2 items that are going to be used in block 2. We have a knitting needle. That will be block 2. And this paper ruler is block 2 as well. Because in block 2, you're learning how to do proportional drawings. So these 2 items are required for 2. So I won't be messing with them until I get to block 2. However, I will be messing with these, which, like I said, I'm absolutely terrified because these are the oil paints by Old Holland. And as you see, we get a good chunk of this. This is not thin whatsoever. So we have an extreme gray light. We have a gray light moderate. We have a gray shadow moderate. And we have an extreme gray shadow. All these are going to be used for the first 2 blocks. But, as you well know, for oils, or for acrylics and watercolor, you use water to thin it out. For oils, it's a different matter. This is the linseed oil. And we have the clove oil. Now, this is what you would normally be using with this eyedropper to mix with your paints. So you just drop it in. The only time you should be using the clove, according to Kevin, is when it is needing a longer time to dry. So I should be using only this if I keep with what I think I'm going to do. Okay? So there's those. Then we have, let's see here, we have a variety of other stuff. The first thing we have is some, excuse me, these are the reference photos that I'll be using in blocks 1 and 2, or just 1. Write that one down, sorry. Then we have a sheet where it tells us each part that we're doing, and a checklist basically to make sure that what you're doing is what you're doing. So block 1 is 3 pages, block 2 is 2 pages, and you have a little check mark on each one. And it's interesting because they break it down to, this is part 1 of 1, 1 of 2 and 3, 4 through 10, This is still block 1, 11 through 20, block 2, and that's how you're going to do it. So you have a checklist. For those of you who love lists, this is perfect. And last but not least, you saw me with carbon paper. Well, this is what we're going to be using it for, because this is what we're going to put onto our canvases. We're going to use that to transfer from here to the canvas. That's where the other stuff comes into play. Now this is what you get in your box. This is what a good amount of stuff. Now there are things that you're going to need to get, i.e. an easel. They say a tabletop or a standing easel plus a 3/4 inch thick piece of plywood or masonite. Well, I got this, which came with a drawing board and everything, so I thought this would be perfect, hoping it works out well. And it is a nice size. This is the picture. I'm not taking it out of the box, but what I will do is the box. See, this is a huge thing. So I think I did well on that. I got mine from Jarorama. Back. Then you need, of course, painter's tape, which to tape down the things. I got this Pro Medium premium masking tape because I wanted something with non-pH neutral. Because if I keep all this stuff, I don't want anything yellowing around. They've suggested that you could get blue, Scott Blue. I think that's the name of it. And then, of course, pencils, which you all know I have plenty of pencils running around here because that's what you're going to need to trace. Paper towels and a soap. They either recommend ivory soap or a brush soap. I decided to get a brush soap. I wanted something like a little container and just something a little different. I think I also got this at Jarorama's along with this. So this is just for the first block. I'm not going to say what's for the second block yet because that's not ready. I am going to film my journey in this. They recommend that you give 7 hours a week per section. And it's a good idea. For those of you who know, I have been doing this by myself. I have been doing drawings. If you've watched me on my Twitch channel, you've seen these drawings. And they're basically me playing. Because I never thought that I could draw. I was the kid that, had the brother who had these pencils, and I'm going, why do you have all these pencils that are different labels? Aren't they all the same? It's not so much. And so these are the things I've done for the Krichka challenge that me and 2 others created. And I thought, why not? I would love to learn. And this course is going to give me the ability to do something that I've never been trained to do. And of course the last one was this one, which was terrible, but it was markers. I'm hoping this will help me even further in my journey in art. I am terrified because I was always this person who did not want to mess with oil paintings or oil. I was definitely not good enough, or the fact that I am, the medium is a little different than, say, acrylic. But I can't wait to try it. And this is going to be out of my comfort zone, and I hope that some people will enjoy this. I will be streaming some of my homework assignments on my Twitch channel because already my Twitch followers / subs are going, yes, we want to see it. We're happy you want it. We can't wait to see what you're doing. So that's what my plan is going to be. I will bring those over if I stream, or I will either edit them to where it's not so much and I can tell you what's going on. we'll just have to see. I welcome anybody's input. I can't wait to see what you think. I can't wait to start this because I have been absolutely beaming finding out about this. So to get all these in, it's going to be great. And I will be bringing you through 1 through 2, and then hopefully this will be an interesting progress, and I'm hoping that I do very well. If you have any comments, questions, leave them down below. I'm excited to start, to be honest. I have to set up a little bit for me and doing this, but I can't wait to start. Like the video. If you're a subscriber, thank you for subscribing. If you're not, please consider subscribing. I do unboxes, plan with me. Now I'm doing this. So if you see my icon right over there in the corner, click it, then click the notification bell. Make sure it's set to all. That way, when I upload new content, hopefully YouTube is notifying you. I'm hoping everybody is having a wonderful day.